I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key. We've been really moving places, always on the low. I was shining in the tunnel cause I got the glow. People really hating and it really starts to show, yeah. We gon' level up again cause that's just how we roll, yeah. Came in with the sauce, yeah. Learned out from the boss, yeah. I've been learning lessons from the struggles and the losses. Praying for communion for the races since we lost it. I done had enough of it for all the pain and costs anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore.
What's going on, you guys? Y'all know it's always something, always something. So now my good camera won't pick up. I gotta use the little flimsy bad camera with the bad pixels. If it ain't one thing, it's another. But y'all know what I look like. Y'all seen me before. So whatever. It is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if this works. I'm gonna see if I can throw this thing out here. And let's see if this works. See if anybody want to join me. See if that link, if that lets you click if you want to join me out here on the panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started because the things that I gotta talk about are pretty old. A lot of them are really, really old. So I'm gonna try this here, share screen real quick with y'all. And so you can see these articles as I pull them up on what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so first of all, did y'all hear about this? This one is more recent. The dude that was found hanging in a tree. So, and they trying to say that, that it's a suicide in Douglas County, Georgia. So once again, we got these suspicious deaths in our community. Why is this showing up right here? Okay, so we got these suspicious deaths once again hanging from a tree. Now, I'm not gonna act like Black people do not commit suicide, but if you read this article, I'm trying to show you it because I don't want to, pull all it up trying to make up facts or whatever. This is true. This happened. So in the article, it points out that, his car was found. It was empty. It was full of mud, all this kind of stuff. He had just got done talking to his family and all kind of stuff like this. So now all of a sudden he's hanging from a tree. That just don't seem right. It seems like something real fishy about that situation. How is it that our stuff is always sketchy? And why are people still being found hanging from trees these days? Why? And people want to act like racism and stuff isn't existing anymore. People hanging from trees. Come on, that is enough trauma for us Black people that I really can't see that's how we're gonna take ourselves out. That's really what we're gonna do. No, I can't see it. And if you got any comments, whatever that you want to say about that and how you feel about it, go ahead, drop me a line. Okay. Next story. This isn't necessarily specific, and I hope y'all can follow the way, sometimes my brain be just going and I know how to connect things in my head. Next story is not necessarily to the Black community, but COVID, right? We know how it is. Did y'all see this? This is old. This is from February 18th. Okay. But a mom is drinking her urine for 4 days. Based off of what? Based off of the doggone stuff that she heard. And you know what she heard? And this is in Britain, by the way. A British woman did this in the city of Westminster. They around there drinking a urine off of some stuff that they heard in the media. Now, come on now. So that means that goes to show you that it's not just us, and going off of what Trump say, other people are doing this crazy mess too. Now, people don't want to go off of the science and research and like the facts that people are actually dying. Somebody say something, and then people just go crazy and just do stuff. Now, I don't know how you think that drinking your own urine is supposed to help you with the virus and with COVID, but that's what people did. So I'm gonna just keep it moving on to the next story. Again, if you have any comments, stuff that you want to say, feel free to drop it. How I feel like how this connects is because again, these certain folks are out here doing these crazy things about COVID when they ones who believing that it's a hype and it's not real, but that's not what's going on, right? They want to try to keep us black people from taking the vaccine. But then they the first one, you know what I'm saying? They the first ones in line. Like they trying to no, but y'all out here doing this crazy stuff like drinking pee. No. I just can't. It's just some things that I just can't get with. Next story. Have you heard about this one? Again, this is kind of old. It's kind of old. February 21st. This 18-year-old dude, he's walking home. Somebody calls in saying it's suspicious because the dude is walking around in a short sleeve shirts in the cold. Dude's walking home from Walmart from his job, and instead of the police offering this dude a ride home, right? Because of course he a black man, so he's telling the police, I'm good, I don't need no help. Police keep pressing him, keep pressing. So of course, what's gonna happen? Something is gonna happen. But no, dude is like, I'm good. So now he's under arrest, and they want to try to charge him with resisting an arrest. How about when dudes say I'm good? Oh, and at the end of the story, then they start finding out all this stuff. They find out his age. They find out where he lived. They find out all this other stuff. All these things that you should have been asking him in the beginning when you first pulled him over. You should have been found out where this dude worked, where he lived, how old he is. All these basic information should have been found out instead of sending the boy to spend the night in the jail cell. Again, this is supposed to be our fault. What we're supposed to do, we're supposed to comply, we're supposed to do all these things, and we're a threat. Some cops are in fear for their lives. You're in fear for your life, although that's not what was said in this story. But overall, so you're in fear for your life in the cold, in the snow, with a dude with a t-shirt just trying to walk home. He was that much of a threat to you that you had to throw the man in jail? Come on, man. And if y'all haven't heard of these stories, like that's why I'm sharing like the direct article with you so you can see and you can go look it up. So it's hard out here being black. It's hard out here being a black man. It's hard because you just can't do nothing right. You can't. So I got some notes here too. I got some notes on here that I kept too. So I'm gonna play a little bit for you guys. I'm gonna go into Sirius XM and I'm gonna play some piece from a show that I was listening to. I did not watch the Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood incident. I don't need to. Because when stuff like that happens, it's all over the media. It's all over, you hear the commentary and all these things. And when you listen in the black media, what's said is said, and you can get a grasp of the whole story of what happened. So you either agree or you disagree. So basically, I'm gonna play a little clip, and basically, so what she was talking about is how white women put on their white women tears, and they changed the narrative of a situation to be about them. When that whole segment with Cheryl Underwood, what's her name again? Osborne is asking Cheryl Underwood to educate her. Once again, why is it our responsibility to educate white women? And especially if you want to make a comment, if you want to say something, you want to defend somebody, you want to jump all in it, then we don't need to educate you. You know everything. So when we say something, you don't now get to put on your little crocodile tears and be all sensitive and all. No, it don't work like that. Which in the same case with the whole Meghan Markle thing, where the over there they try to make it seem like Meghan Markle made Kate, is that the other one? That's her name? Made her cry. Why is it always that the black people made the white woman cry? No. Y'all with y'all microaggressions and passive aggressive statements, y'all be saying stuff. And then when we say something back, y'all wanna cry. No, it don't no, it don't work like that. All right. And so this commentary is talking about how Cheryl Underwood had to watch what she says. She's struggling to kind of just say what it is that she needs to say and get it off of her tongue. And that's a problem for us, that we always have to do this to make sure that the white woman feels comfortable when we speak. And so in the book, I always talk about the memo. I also talk about Michelle Obama's Becoming. But there's another one that I read that's called You Are Enough. And it talks about us being our authentic selves. There's nothing wrong with us being our authentic selves. And don't let people have the imposter syndrome creeping up on us. And, in all honesty, like that kind of stuff kind of creeps up on me a little bit, because of communication and communication styles. When people get all into how they're afraid of me and my tone and my presentation and just all of that. And people want me to say it with a smile and dude, no, like if I'm here to conduct business, like I gotta say what I gotta say, but I'm not gonna be no butthead about it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking to a whole crowd of people, I gotta cater to the few sensitive people in the crowd. No. Now we know you gotta be professional about certain things, but we're not gonna change this whole entire narrative to make me not be my authentic self. And my authentic self is to be direct to the message most of the time. Yeah. Sometimes I can be a little passive aggressive, whatever. But to be direct and deliver the darn message, I don't need to be coddling, especially if I'm talking to a room full of adults. Come on. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play a piece of this, and y'all just bear with me.
How old were you when you realized that plaster could come in your color? How old were you? Think about that. Think about how things are advertised. Look at what is marketed to you. It's always steeped in whiteness. Even how professional you should be is centered on whiteness, and that whiteness we know is Eurocentric.
And I hope you can hear
it. It is. Even white America, it's all Eurocentric. I'm like, please, I'm going to bring my badass Afrocentric self here, and I define what my professionalism is. And you can't accept me, and you better step out of my way before the Nigerian Shala shows up. I get my wrapper and I tie it around my waist. Let's go. The point is, what I think is really important in all of these conversations about how we address the ongoing structural racism and the discrimination is not to try to make, say that there's a distinction between America and United Kingdom. It's nonsense. People here in Britain go, well, it's not as bad as America. And I go, what? Because the police in America have guns? Are you out of your mind? Well, the police here they've got hands. They've got feet. They've got batons. Yet they are killing people. Yet they are locking up black people, black men particularly. They're beating people up. The history, it's right there. The cases are there. This is still racism, the way the discrimination is experienced in schools by children. Think about that.
I was like, there are no black. There's one black guy in the department who's been going through it, and I mean full time. I'm talking tenured. There's only one. I'm not tenured. I'm on a special line called distinguished lecturer.
At the right spot of this show.
And I'm like, only full time. Black, because adjuncts don't get paid. They get paid trash. And I'm sitting there like, okay, interesting. And the most accomplished, by the way. Yes. Hello, y'all. So, at the meetings, like I just published this book. I just put they go around. I don't say anything. I've had bestsellers. I sit.
That's not the right part of the show, but I told you what it was about. So I can't play it all, right? So yeah, the whole thing is, if you watch that exchange with Cheryl Underwood and Osborne, why do we have to educate white women on racism? And if racism exists, it's out there. You wanted to she was defending Pierce Morgan. That's what it was. She made a comment defending Pierce Morgan, who was saying he doesn't believe that Meghan Markle experienced racism, and that she experienced it to the extent of wanting to commit suicide. You can't question people like that. So, on to some more specific Black community things. Again, some stuff is kind of old. So, I'm not going to share this whole video, but here is a video that was shared with me. Is this thing sharing? Let's see. This is a video on YouTube, okay? And so here in the Black community, we gotta think differently.
I have this phone now. The next person that fucking takes this phone and send Michaela any money for a pussy picture, ass picture, anything, I'm sending your information to the police. Michaela's underage. Look at this motherfucking phone. She's underage. This bitch been sending pictures. I got all the screenshots of everybody who done sent her money for. Turn around. She has no ass. She has no turn. I said turn the fuck around. What ass you got? And you in here trying to take pictures in my motherfucking house. Bitch, you don't even clean up. And you in here taking ass pictures and shit in my house and asking motherfuckers to cash app you $5? What's $5?
So that's good enough. I don't need to go any further. So there was a commentary that I saw that went along with this. And it goes on, right? Now, for a moment, we can kind of agree with the mom, right? Because for a while, that whole internet shaming was a thing. When your child do something bad, you had them putting up the posters and the signs, I cheated on my test, or I lied to my parent, or whatever. You have them putting up these posters, you're taking pictures, you're putting all this stuff out. Now, in addition to that, so the person who did the commentary on the video, I agree with her a little bit. And so she made me kind of think a little bit further on the matter. And I'm thinking with my social work mind. So she's calling her daughter all out of her name. Now, are we not talking about no longer using certain words these days? Is it not going to develop into a toxic relationship as well? That girl was what? How old was she? Like 10 years old? She calling her all kind of bees and stuff. This is coming from your mama. Calling you all kind of bees. And she blasting this on the internet. Ain't no way she can deny it and be like, no, my mama really loved me. She loved me. She was just mad. Like, yo, she's blasting this on the internet. And then she's talking about her, saying she ain't got no butt, talking about how she don't clean up. Like, that is toxic. And in the Black community, that's how some of you talk to your kids. And that stuff has got to stop. No wonder why the kids are at school fighting, disrespecting each other. Then your daughters is around here sleeping around. Your sons is out here sleeping around. Like, this is ridiculous. What's going on with the little girl? I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. But then that, I bet you who also don't know is that doggone mama. She don't know, because look how she talking to her daughter. Because I can guarantee, I don't know her, but I can guarantee that before she turned that camera on and when she turned that camera off, she didn't sit down and talk to her daughter. She didn't say, all right, I'll calm down and find out what's up. Now, while the mama is talking to her, calling her all out her name and asking her, what is she doing? And why are you doing this in my house and all this? Dare the girl to talk back. Dare she try to talk back and defend herself. Come on now. She's steadily asking her questions. The questions are steady coming. But if the little girl would have said something, because she even said that she can't lay into her the way she want to with the camera on. So when she turned the camera off, she probably laid into that girl. So I'm wondering, did she get charged with child abuse? Where's that little girl today? Did she get removed from the home, or what? What happened? I mean, there's just so many ways that I can go with from that video. So many directions. And in fact, she's harping on the fact that the little girl's body, the way that her body looks. Then she's harping on the fact that she's doing it in her house. Okay, so the little girl next time go make the video outside, or go make the video at somebody else's house. Then what? Does that change? Does that then make it okay? Or she has somebody else make the video for her and then just use her name and say, I want you to send her some money. There's something that's going on with the child. Maybe the child asked her mama for some money for something, and she told her, you need to find your own way to get the money. How about that? How about them apples? She told her, I ain't got money for you. And she probably said, B, I ain't got no money for you. Yo, fat behind. I probably wish, she said something like that. I bet she did. I bet she did. This is toxic. And we gotta stop it. We have to stop it. We may think that it's okay to use a little choice and colorful words with our kids and in our families because they need that tough love, or they can't hear you no other way. They only hear me when I talk mean. But that ain't true. Because then when they out here talking to somebody else that way, and somebody else give them the business, put them hands on them, then what? Then it's all like, you don't put your hands on my kid, only I do. No. So then, of course, this, as you see it developing, the development of that toxic relationship, let's go on ahead and talk about the latest and the most current thing that's out there is the situation with Kirk Franklin and his son. So we talking about a little girl. Now we're going to talk about a grown doggone man, which again, there's so many ways that I can take that. Kirk Franklin's son is 32 years old. How dare he take the family's business, record it, and blast it out there in the air like that? That's just disrespectful. That right there, Warren's getting his hands. Like, you get these hands. If Kirk Franklin got another grown son about his age, that's all fair right there. That's disrespectful right there. So, whatever. I heard a piece of the recording, but I read the article. That they have had a toxic relationship for years, and that the son obviously left out of the recording where Kirk Franklin tried to include the therapist into the conversation, which means the therapist was either at the house with them or they were called on the phone. But yo, we talking about a grown doggone man who done some silly stuff like that. And whoever decided that they was going to jump onto Kirk Franklin and jump onto that bandwagon, come on, y'all, if y'all in the Black community, y'all just silly. Y'all silly. Yeah, I said it because y'all know good and doggone well that's how y'all talk to y'all kids. Case in point, how that woman was talking to her little girl. Y'all know that when we have sons and they reach a certain age, you go, oh, you want to test me? This is the father to the son. You want to test me? Oh, you puffing up your chest? And what does the daddy do? Daddy's like, I'm going to punch you in your chest. And that's how it goes. Same with the daughters. When she hit puberty, like, oh, you tough? You think you a woman now? Now, women and daughters may not get into physical fights, but you got stuff like that. You got stuff like that. Oh, he was cussing though. He was cussing. As I've heard and read in so many occasions, how many of y'all are out there cussing? For real? Really? And then if you get mad, you're not cussing? I don't think there's too many people out there like me who go freaking. People ain't out there saying freaking like me, but I don't think I've ever been that mad. I've been in fights, but I don't think I've ever been that mad just yet. I mean, shoot, I know where I come from. I know my roots. I know my genes. I know what I'm capable of. But hey, I tries to control that stuff. But the man cussed, but he's cussing to a 32-year-old grown doggone boy who already has a toxic relationship. And y'all already know that you must remove yourself from toxicity. That is a must. Doesn't matter if they're your child or not. You cannot have that around you. How did we even know that he had a porn addiction? I'm not sure. I do remember that Kirk Franklin was talking about it, but I don't remember why. Is it possible that maybe his son leaked that too? Because it's been a good amount of years. Or did he? I don't know. Like realistically, I don't remember. Maybe did he just do it because he just felt like it was the right time to talk about it? I don't know. But somebody can look into it. Maybe his son leaked that information as well. But just because someone is a Christian, they're not supposed to cuss. And y'all know that has got to be the most lamest of things to be said out here. Y'all Christians is the main doggone people that I hear cussing all the doggone time. All the time. This is ridiculous. And he said the N-word too. It's like, I'm gonna break your neck, nigga. But hey, he talking to a 32-year-old man. And that's what he gonna do. Oh, he spoke on it himself. Okay. I just remember him talking about it, and I don't remember how it came up. But yeah, man. That's crazy. Let me see. So I don't know if y'all could see the darn. Let me try this again. If y'all wanna come on here and join me. What else was I saying about that? I mean, yeah, that's just the bottom line. That he's a doggone grown man. So whatever is happening between them, that really is personal business. That's family business. But y'all black folks that wanna say something because he cussing or he threatening his son or man, Kirk Franklin ain't even no gospel singer. Just be real, he is not no gospel singer. He's in the gospel category, but he ain't no singer. He the hype man. If y'all want to be real, he the hype man. But I mean, I love Kirk Franklin. Y'all can't trip about what he doing in his personal business. So, I meant to pull this up. I didn't pull this up. So also in the black in this Black community was happening. Did y'all hear about Senator Johnson? And it's probably going to take me too long to try to pull it up since I didn't already pull it up. But let me see. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to pull this up real quick. Senator Johnson. Yeah. Okay. How long is this? A minute and 55 seconds. Okay. So I hope y'all heard about this.
A little sunshine
on YouTube ads.
and big appetites. Walmart helps you bring it to the table for less. Bring the spring.
Bear with the ads.
Meanwhile, I know you are watching another big story. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson raising some eyebrows for comments he made about the rioters who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. Tell us what he said.
Well, Kristen, this is getting a lot of attention, and Ron Johnson, the Republican from Wisconsin, has been a frequent critic about some of the decision-making around security that was supposed to be at the Capitol on January 6th, and he's been very sympathetic to those in the crowd, especially Trump supporters who were there that day. In a new interview, he's really raising eyebrows. Here's what he had to say.
I knew those were people that love this country, that truly respect law enforcement, would never do anything to break a law. And so I wasn't concerned. Now, had the tables been turned, and Joe, this could be in trouble. Had the tables been turned and President Trump won the election, and those were tens of thousands of Black Lives Matter and Antifa protesters, I might have been a little concerned.
So, did y'all hear about that? Did y'all hear that one? Kurt Franklin's an entertainer. Yeah, that dude is a racist. So I hope y'all heard that one. And I hope you guys at what vets vote. Go cop that from Big Mike. So this dude, come on, y'all. So there's been plenty of commentary about this as well, right? Tens of thousands of people, these folks out here came with the intent to be violent. They made it clear. The FBI knew. Everybody knew that this was their intention. They came with a noose. They came to hang the vice president. And you want to say you was not worried about them. Now, tell me what Black Lives Matter, the real actual Black Lives Matter protest, should someone have been scared about? Nothing. Even the George Floyd protest, no one should be scared. Why they picking the jurors right now? Nobody should be out there fearing for their lives. There is nothing happening. Why is Black so scary? Why? And this dude he's admitting it. But see, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with admitting it, right? We live in a free country. And your former president is the one who's telling everybody to come on out. Y'all come on out from around them sheets now. Them niggas ain't gonna do nothing to y'all. We run this here. This our country. Let's send them niggas on back to Africa. That's exactly what it sound like. That's exactly what it sound like. James Crow or Jim Crow. What do it matter? It's the same doggone thing. Because he out there saying things that ain't true, got y'all thinking that Black people and Africans and all this stuff is a cause of this and that, and people taking your jobs, and the migrants is doing this and that, and they fleeing, they coming over here being rapists and all. Come on, man, that stuff ain't even, it's not even true. It's not even true. So that's like Joe Madison say, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, that dude ain't my senator, but I'll be doggone if I do find out about my senators are saying stuff like this. They gotta go. There should be petitions. There should be all kind of stuff to get this man out of office. But he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. But the darn congresswoman or whatever the heck she is, who was making all those racist statements and comments, and she had a gun. She carried a gun. to the not to the White House, but on the Capitol property. Come on, I mean, people are here just saying all kind of stuff. Well, I think there probably always was a minority, right? They always were. And this ain't their land. Which leads me to this dude saying that they're patriots, right? And they're not. That's not what a patriot is. And we all know that the Black community is one of the most patriotic of them all. Our families are the ones who's been fighting for this country from the beginning with no pay. The ones who was on the front lines, like we was the infantry before it was really doggone called the infantry. But we so patriotic. Man, I got an 8-year-old who's so darn patriotic, it's ridiculous. This dude, he runs outside to hear the national anthem, to go out there and salute the flag. Sometimes he mixes it up. Sometimes he salutes the flag. Sometimes he doesn't salute the flag. Sometimes he takes a knee. And he asking me, is it bad? Like he just asked me today, is it bad to take a knee? And I had to explain it to him, how that's not bad to take a knee, how you do that in sports, how we do it in military funerals, how you kneel to pray, and like all this stuff. My son has so much patriotic love. I mean, the dude want to stop every doggone cop that he talked to, or every cop that he sees, rather. And who was Taylor Green? Who was Taylor Green? Oh, that's the woman's name. That woman's name is Taylor Green. But you tell me how many quote unquote white kids there are out there. How many white families out there got so many generations of military members in their family? How many kids they got? Oh, not to mention, he also told me, my son, he also told me that he's the only kid outside who knows the words to the national anthem. Now, mind y'all, those of y'all out there watching, I live on a military base. So why, and I don't like play the national anthem like that. Why these other kids don't know the national anthem? However, I told him that they might know it. They just may choose not to say it. You know, maybe they don't say it in their household. Maybe they don't salute the flag in their household. You know, maybe, who knows? But the fact that he noticed, my son noticed, I still don't get how the dude call those folks patriots. He feels safer with them people who had intentions on killing the vice president, who had help from military, former military, and all of that, and the darn Capitol Police. They were in there, they were in the halls, they pulled out the darn safety alarms. They pulled those out. This was all planned. So, the last everything that I had written down that I kind of just tied everything all together is going back to being your authentic self. Oh, dang it. What's that dude's name? I thought I saved his name. I did. I saved it. Give me just 1 minute. There's a dude who also is in the big talks right now. His name, oh man, it's gone. Anyway, this dude that was on The Bachelor or something like that, who was saying that he may be the only Black person that somebody sees today, so he gotta like represent, and so therefore we gotta like speak proper English and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought I saved his name, but I didn't. So that's a whole big thing out there currently. So what does that mean? It ties into the whole Sharon Osbourne thing. that we're supposed to educate, that we're supposed to care about how y'all feel and what y'all think, and all white people, what they think and stuff like that. Dude, if you're the only black person that somebody sees today, that's on them. You don't have to be your representative. Don't be your representative. Be your authentic self. Be you. Now, I'm not saying that if you is pants below your butt, but be you. You don't have to be the representative and turn on your proper white voice and all of that, which ties into somebody saying that it came out that day where they were mentioning that finna is going into the dictionary. And finna, I heard someone say that finna actually comes from like the Gullah word. Don't y'all know that Gullah is an actual language? Gullah is a real people, Gullah and Geechee. That's from our true African roots. So if we say finna and fixing to and all that stuff, we used to try to worry about that stuff and say it's broken English and it's improper and you don't know how to talk and all that stuff. When you speak like that, what's wrong with that? Like in reality, what really truly is wrong with that? Who says that something is wrong with that? White people said something is wrong with that. White people are the ones who tell us how we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to talk, how we're supposed to walk, how we're supposed to, how much money we're supposed to make. They've been setting the rules and the standards. But we don't have to put on our representative when we're around white people. We can be ourselves because we are enough. We are enough. We are the way we are meant to be because they try to be like us. Going out getting these tans, getting these butts and these lips and all of this stuff that they said is ugly. Wearing our cornrows and now calling them box braids and all of that. Yeah, this is true. This is true. This is so true. So true. So what else did I write about that? Yeah, that was it on that. That we don't have to put on our representatives. So the book, You Are Enough. That's a good one. That's a very good book. I think my rant is up. I did that for a good 43 minutes, but I talked about a lot of different subjects that to me kind of tied together into so much of the Black community and our issues. And really, like, that's all who this was for. This really ain't for nobody else. So if anybody else is watching this and you getting mad and you all in your feelings, like, this one for you. There's so much more I could say, but I won't, because I want y'all to keep coming back. But Black people, yeah, we got to get it together, and you got to realize too that sometimes you can't care about what other people think. I heard on the show today on the commentary that it's more important what we think about each other. It was specifically they were talking about the guy from The Bachelor, that Black men ought to care more about what the younger Black guys and each other feel about each other as opposed to what white people think. As long as you're in the spaces where you're being a mentor and someone is able to look up to you and see themselves when they see you, you should care about that person way more than what you care about how some white person feel when they see you, if you make them feel safe. Because they haven't been feeling safe. They say they haven't been feeling safe for quite some time. But we know how they women feel. But if I keep going down that rabbit hole, I will never stop talking. I'll never stop talking. So I'm just going to stop right there. Wait a moment. to see if any comment comes through first. Yeah. So other than that, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end this session.
I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I would like to thank my guests for joining me, or simply thank you for watching the pre-recorded episode. No matter what your birth order is, how you self-identify, and whether you like pancakes or waffles. If this is the first time you're hearing it today, I want you to know that you are loved. You were put here for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Until next time, take care of yourself. Be sure that you like and share the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell. This is RealRam out.